The grand palace of Verelion Prime floated above the planet like a glowing crown. It was made of shining crystal bridges, tall silver towers, and long walkways that sparkled like starlight. Anyone who visited the palace thought it was the most beautiful place in the galaxy. Anyone, except Mara, the Emperor's daughter. Mara was not like the other members of her species. The Verelions were tall, thin, and shaped like smooth marble statues. Their bodies were long and elegant, and they moved like water, soft and quiet. But Mara was different. She was shorter, rounder, softer, fuller. Her cheeks were plump. Her stomach curved outward. Her arms were thick and strong instead of thin and delicate. Most Verelions whispered behind her back. Some laughed when they thought she could not hear. Even the Emperor, her own father, called her my heavy problem during royal meetings. He thought it was funny. Mara did not. But she smiled anyway because that was what princesses were expected to do. Mara lived in the palace library most days. She hid behind large shelves, reading stories about other worlds, places where people didn't judge someone by their shape. She dreamed of such a world, though she had never seen one. But everything changed the day the humans arrived. Humans were new to the Verelion Empire. They were clever, hardworking, and came in all shapes and sizes, which confused many Verelions who believed only thinness was beautiful. The Empire hired some humans to work in the palace: cleaners, mechanics, cooks, translators, and pilots. And one of them was a janitor named Jonah Reed. Beginning, the princess the palace ignored. Jonah Reed was a simple man with simple tools. He carried a broom with a glowing tip, a mop that absorbed dust like magic, and a little box full of cleaning beads that could eat dirt in seconds. He wasn't rich, and he wasn't important, but he had a warm smile, kind eyes, and he was never rude to anyone. His first day cleaning the palace, he walked down the grand hallway and saw a large mural of the Emperor surrounded by thin, elegant Verelions. A guard nearby chuckled. "You won't see the princess on any murals," he said. "Too heavy for the family image." Jonah frowned. "She's still the Emperor's daughter," he said. "She deserves respect." The guard snorted. "You'll understand when you see her." Jonah didn't reply. He didn't like people who judged others before meeting them. Later that day, when Jonah was sweeping outside the library, he heard soft footsteps. He turned and froze. A young woman stood there, holding a stack of glowing data pads. Her skin was pale blue, her hair tied in a long braid, and her eyes were warm silver. She was big, not just tall but full, soft, round in a way that made her look incredibly gentle. She reminded Jonah of a soft cloud or a cozy blanket. She looked surprised to see him staring and immediately lowered her eyes. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I didn't mean to bother you." Jonah blinked. "You're not bothering me. I just, haven't seen you before." She nodded shyly. "Most people don't notice me." "I notice you," Jonah said honestly. Mara's cheeks turned a deeper shade of blue. He realized then who she was. "You're Princess Mara." She stiffened. "Yes." "Please don't tell the Emperor. I was wandering. I like books more than banquets." Jonah smiled. "That makes two of us. I only go to banquets when there's free food." Mara giggled softly. It was a tiny sound, but Jonah thought it was the sweetest thing he had ever heard. "I'm Jonah," he said, offering a hand. She hesitated. "You don't mind touching me?" "Why would I mind?" he asked. "Because I'm not like other Verelions." "Well, I'm not like them either," Jonah said with a grin. "Makes us even." She stared at their hands for a moment, then slowly placed her soft, warm, large hand in his. Jonah didn't pull away. He held her hand like it was completely normal, because to him it was Middle, the human who saw her clearly. After that day, Mara met Jonah often, sometimes by accident, sometimes on purpose. She would sneak out of boring royal meetings and find him repairing a broken light panel or sweeping the hallways. Jonah never acted uncomfortable around her. He talked to her like she was simply a person, not a shame, not a joke, not a heavy problem. And Mara began to change. She started smiling more, laughing more, visiting places she never dared walk before. One day, she brought him a book. "It's my favorite," she said shyly. "A story about two friends who save a starship together." Jonah took it carefully. "I'd love to read it." Her face glowed with joy. Another day, he fixed a broken bench in the garden so she could sit comfortably. "No one ever fixes things for me," she said softly. "Well," Jonah replied, "then it's about time someone did." Some palace workers whispered that Jonah was too kind to the princess. Others said he was pretending just to get close to royalty. But Jonah didn't care. He knew loneliness when he saw it. And Mara was the loneliest person in the brightest palace. One evening, as Mara and Jonah walked through the garden, she asked the question she had been afraid to ask for years. "Jonah, am I strange to you?" He looked at her. "Not even a little. But my size is part of you," Jonah said gently. "And everything about you is beautiful." Mara froze. For a moment, she couldn't breathe. No one, not even her father, had ever called her beautiful. No one had ever spoken about her with kindness. "Beautiful," she whispered. Jonah nodded. "You're beautiful the way a sunrise is beautiful. The way a full moon is beautiful. The way someone is when they're kind and smart and gentle." Mara's eyes filled with tears, but she wiped them quickly. "Thank you," she said softly. But their growing friendship soon attracted the Emperor's attention. The joke that went too far. The Emperor of Verelian Prime did not like humans much. He considered them messy, loud, and too emotional. When he heard rumors that his heavy daughter was spending time with a human janitor, he laughed for a full minute. "My daughter? With a cleaner?" the Emperor scoffed. "Ridiculous." But during the annual Space Alliance banquet, he decided to put an end to it and embarrass Mara at the same time. In front of hundreds of guests, under bright lights, he called out, "Bring in my daughter. She shall stand with the servants tonight, where she belongs." Laughter spread across the hall like poison. Mara, forced by guards, walked in slowly. She wore a soft silver gown that clung gently to her curves. She looked nervous, frightened, and terribly small even though she was big. The Emperor grinned. "You see," he said loudly, "my daughter is large enough to block the doorway. Perhaps she can help the humans carry food trays." More laughter. Cruel, sharp, painful. Mara lowered her head, tears forming in her eyes. But Jonah, who had been cleaning the side hall, heard everything. And something inside him, something warm and powerful, burst open. He walked into the banquet hall. Everyone stared. A simple human janitor, holding a mop, walking toward the Emperor's daughter. "Mara," he said gently, "you look perfect." The hall went silent. The Emperor turned red. "You dare speak to my daughter in front of the court?" Jonah nodded. "Yes, because she deserves better." The Emperor sneered. "She is a joke." "She's not a joke," Jonah said firmly. "She's the best person in this palace." The Emperor's voice turned sharp. "What gives you the right to speak of her?" Jonah stepped forward. "Because," he said clearly, "I see her, and you don't." A gasp filled the room. He reached Mara and held out his hand. She stared at it, trembling. "Mara," he said softly, You are strong. You are kind. You're smart. And you are beautiful. You don't deserve to be mocked." A tear rolled down her cheek. Her hand reached out slowly. The Emperor shouted, "She will not touch you." Jonah didn't back away. "She will," he said, "if she wants to." Mara's hand wrapped around his. She squeezed it tightly, as if she were holding on to the only safe thing in the room. The Emperor roared in anger. "Guards." But something happened that no one expected. Mara stepped in front of Jonah, protecting him. Her voice thundered across the hall. "Enough." The ground vibrated. Lights flickered. Guests froze. "I am tired," Mara said, "of being mocked for the body I was born with. I am tired of being your joke. I am tired of being treated like a shame." She raised her chin. "I choose who I walk beside. And I choose Jonah." The Emperor stared, stunned. Mara continued, "Mock me if you wish, but I will no longer bow to cruelty." The hall fell silent. And then something incredible happened. Several humans clapped. A few alien guests joined. Soon the whole hall was filled with applause. Mara covered her mouth, shocked. Jonah whispered, "See? They see you now." Ending, a princess who stood taller than a throne. The Emperor could not punish Mara, not after hundreds of guests witnessed her courage. For the first time, he had to face the truth. His daughter was not a shame. She was strong. She was brave. And she had the support of the people. Mara was no longer hidden away. She walked the palace halls freely. She visited schools, gardens, and hospitals. People who once mocked her now bowed respectfully. She had become a symbol of hope, proof that beauty was not one shape. Jonah became more than a janitor. He became the palace's human advisor, helping build bridges between humans and Varelians. But more importantly, he remained Mara's friend, her best friend. One quiet evening, they stood together in the garden where they first talked. "Jonah," Mara whispered, "do you really think I'm beautiful?" He smiled gently. "Not just beautiful," he said. "Perfect." She blushed. "Perfect." Jonah nodded. "Perfect the way you are." Mara looked up at the stars, then back at him. "Then stay by my side," she said softly. "Not because I'm a princess, but because I'm me." Jonah took her hand. "I'll stay," he said. "Always." And so the princess, once mocked by everyone, found the one person who saw her clearly. Not as a joke, not as a problem, but as someone worthy of love, respect, and kindness. And in the grand palace of Varelian Prime, a new story began. The story of a princess and the human who believed in her when no one else did.